There were some fingerprints collected.
Do you know if those fingerprints belong to the killer?
That I do not know.
And same with DNA. You have DNA.
Yes.
Do you have his DNA?
Again, we don't know.
I want to ask you about your opinion on the Delphi murder update. So do you agree with investigators withholding some of the information, like the manner of death, or what's been going out so far in terms of pushing some new video out?
Right. You know, anytime you're dealing with an investigation, you're always assessing what can be released to the public and what you have to hold back. And law enforcement, when they hold back information, it's not to keep the public in the dark. It really is to help benefit the case. Now, I can't speak specifically about the inside information, the inside decision-making that the investigators involved in Delphi are doing. However, reading it from afar, you know, I can kind of see a strategy develop as they're moving forward. And knowing a little bit about that case, because I briefly consulted with one of the investigators shortly after the Golden State Killer case, I know that they have a tough investigation ahead, and they're doing everything they possibly can to try to get that case solved.
Do you know if any fingerprints were found on the phone?
Well, I think, I don't know, but I don't know about on the phone, but Tobe in an interview did say, because I was quite shocked when I heard it in an interview, that there was a partial fingerprint or something. So he said, law enforcement has said that there is something. Now, have they ever told us from where they got it? I don't know.
I mean, I've heard that they have DNA. What they have and how much they have, I have no idea. I get asked all the time why CC Moore isn't trying to help. I don't know. I don't know what they have, and I don't know what they're doing. You know, I'm not the investigator, so I don't know. I mean, I feel like if they have DNA, that I can't imagine why they wouldn't have DNA, you know? So maybe it's just not in the system yet.
Do the Delphi police have DNA of the perpetrator?
Okay, so Shannon, we are not committed to anything like that because they say there is always DNA in every crime scene. This is what Holman is reported of saying. The girls stayed overnight at Mike and Becky's house. All of those clothes are washed in the same washer and dryer. They've been in contact with people. If I was to be in the same presence with these gentlemen today, there's a good chance we'd be sitting in the same area to where something I've touched has touched them, or I've touched them in a way that my DNA is going to be there, whether I had something to do with a crime or not. And what we have to remember is what belongs and what doesn't. Because they did the DNA at our house. They did the DNA at Mike and Becky's house. They took very close family and friends DNA because anything that was reasonable was dismissed. And they're looking for the thing that doesn't belong. And that is the best answer that I have for you.
They raided his house, took all of his social media. There's no ties to this Odinistic cult whatsoever. He didn't even know that there was Odinist in Delphi. He had never heard of it. Just a lot of things don't make sense.
Bradley Rosie and Andrew Baldwin also said that that there's no electronic evidence linking him to the crime scene or the girls, and that there's no DNA of his at the scene. Is that accurate?
Yes, as far as I can tell, yes.